Just get right into some good content. My close friend today asked me a deep question, a personal question, and it led to a new subject that I'd love to share. Of course, it's energy healing. It's about becoming a mother, and fertility, and to me, that's improving your sacral chakra health, your heart chakra, and relieving stress is always the first step when trying to heal. We gotta release and reduce the cortisol levels, your stress hormone, and come into a place of peace and eventually a place of clarity. From there comes confidence and love and more self-expression and a strong connection to the universe and to God, to your higher self. Female fertility. You should know in the beginning that your baby wants to arrive on his special birthday. Right? We all are here for a reason, a sole purpose, and our birth is a special timed event. The stars need to be in the right place, and everybody who we've come here to interact with need to be at their right time. Another thing to know is that our souls are eternal. So your baby's soul is already in existence and has been in existence. Knowing these things, knowing this, you can feel more confident on a level that it is already a reality. And when or where is that reality? It's the future. Our desires are on purpose. They're the string from the future pulling us to the right places. No shame for our desires. Just love that what you want is already a reality. You just haven't had it yet in this third dimensional moment. I know my personal dreams are things that when I start fretting and being impatient and even sometimes getting down and sad that my dreams are not my current reality, I think they are a reality. It's just in this third dimension there's time, and it's in a further point in time when my dreams are a reality. It's done. It's already done. When the magic of timings and God's time is ready, you'll notice it in the physical world. Until then, just allow it. Just allow the dream, your baby, or multiple babies, to exist in the non-physical, in the dream form, in your mind and in and around your energy. And in plain talk, allow it to exist in your imagination. Talking to your baby now, our souls are eternal and when your child is conscious. I'm going to come back to that, but let's get into intuition. I said imagination, but imagination and intuition are similar in the fact that these are things that only you are aware of, and you're also battling the noise of your mind. And you have to decipher. I can tell you that from my experience, when I first started increasing my intuition, I would hesitate. Fear would pop up and I would hesitate. Then I worked through it. It would be like I would go back and forth in this, not an argument with myself, but I would have a knowing to do a certain thing and have my personal fear or personal restriction come up and fight back and say, I don't want to do that. But each time that I went with my intuition more and more and more, I really decided and felt that it was safe to trust myself. Now, I don't fight back. I'm very much, just this evening, I'm confident in what my little intuitions say, even when they don't make sense. I was about to grab my sweater out of the car to keep my car clean when I got home, and I felt a nudge to leave it there. I'm sure tomorrow I'm going to need a sweater, and it'll be handy to have it in the car. But that's my higher self communicating to me to make things more synchronistic, to make life easier, to feel more, to be more supported. It's evidence of me being supported by my higher self. Intuition. Women have an innate ability to perceive energy that is not manifested physically. It's a sense for us. Men have it as well, but it's natural in women. The more we trust and build the sense, the more connected to life, God, your higher self, and the flow of all things, the universe, we are. Fear pops up in the beginning of strengthening this sense. Usually if you don't want to believe the messages, you intuit, or if there's too much negative mental chatter. Intensely practice positive self-talk. No more negative self-talk about yourself, whether it's out loud or in your mind. That's one way to cleanse the mind, to allow more stronger intuition. Keep imagining and asking questions to God, to the universe. I wrote all this down earlier. If a dark thought responds, no, it's not the truth, you'll feel a heavy, sick feeling in your tummy, and some fear will appear. That's the difference between intuition, and that's totally normal, and it's what's going to happen. It's going to pop up. Just tell that thought no. Just say no, deny it, and move on. Then put some effort into making your next thought a little bit more positive, and just know that those old fears are they're not real, they're false. Eventually you'll bypass or clean out all those pesky negative voices and only hear your standard thinking mind and the Holy Spirit, or your higher self voice, the voice of your intuition. It's like you're receiving, intuition feels like you're receiving a download of data. that data is data, it's information, and you really are receiving it. You're processing it, and your human brain is interpreting it into words and thoughts and pictures and messages. And your subconscious is filtering it to understand meaning in your present day life. Use your intuition to talk to one or more of your children, of your future children, of your eternal children. Their soul is eternal, and it's in your energy field already. It's in your physical field. His or their first cells are in your body right now, and in your partner's. Their consciousness, their awareness, which is the same as their soul, is intertwined with yours right now. They are patiently waiting for their birth, for their special birth time, keeping their attention on their mommy, who I doubt there's anyone that they love more than you. Right? Your baby's first cell is one of your eggs. And their whole focus is on you. They love you. I have been hearing many people lately say, use your intuition to reach out and speak with your future baby. And I am sure that you can sense the difference between one or another. You can use that same data to figure out, to sense the difference between a boy child or a girl child. Trust yourself. This brain and mind and awareness of ours is much more further developed than what our current scientists say on the subject. After your intuition is turned on and you're connected with the invisible energies of the world, and a note on these invisible energies, remember that God loves you and protects you from all darkness. There's only one source of all energy, and it's God. It's pure love. It's pure positive. There might be negativity in our world, but it was created by our thoughts and our fears when we couldn't sense God around us. Created this shadow where God's light wasn't reaching. There's no source, there's no generator of evil or negativity. Only places where something is blocking the light. Don't fear darkness. You and God especially is stronger than all darkness. In between darkness and light, light will win forever and ever and ever. Only love is real. Okay. Now let's talk about intentions. Your intentions get strength behind them as your intuition is strengthened and that connection with your higher self is strengthened and your mind is cleansed and you're more meditative and you turn down the negativity in your head and the reducing that negative self-talk. That's when your intentions get more strength behind them. Intentions are our gifts as humans. An intention is a way to change and manipulate energy, just like hands manipulate Play-Doh. Jesus was such a powerful healer because he believed in his intentions fully, 100%, and left no room for doubt because it was so pure, his will, his intention. It instantly changed reality. We have the same power, but since our minds are not as practiced and pure as Jesus Christ, our manifestations aren't as instant as his were. But the concept is the same. The physics of non-physical energy change reality when we will it to and intend it to. Another word for this is to pray it. And remember that prayer has a special part that many people forget. Many people think it's just asking. But you have to, for a prayer to be a true prayer, you have to believe and know that your prayer is answered. Knock and the door will open. Ask and you will receive. So when you're praying, when I pray now, I used to just ask when I was a kid, but now when I pray and I have that knowing that it is answered, I can immediately feel, and it's not an effort thing, it happens magically, I don't know, but I'll pray for something and a moment later, because I have the belief of ask and you will receive, I can feel my body loosen and lighten. I can feel my prayers being received. I do this especially when I'm anxious or things are a little messy in my head, in my mind, my emotions. I pray to be relieved of them, and so many times instantly I am. Intentions are done by seeing an image of what you want and seeing that it's already here. You're superimposing a new image. Imagine you're in Photoshop or Canva and you have reality, what you see right now, and then you have a transparent image. You increase the transparency. So you're seeing this new reality, you're intending it. But I feel it in my gut, in my solar plexus, in my will power center. Almost every morning I intend green lights on my way to work, and I say them as a spell or a command while I'm visualizing the green light and visualizing myself 4 blocks up making a left turn on a green turn light. And the words I'll say in my mind as I'm visualizing it is open up. Like open, make the light green, make the light open, clear my path. In Reiki, the healer intends for Reiki to start flowing. The condensed flow of love and light power just by a Reiki practitioner who is attuned to say Reiki on, and it does start working just as fast as having that intention. Immediately become clear of all thoughts, and your mind and your intention goes to your crown chakra. Your head, you want to look up, it just automatically happens. And your heart, you can feel your whole channel in your body open up like a fire hose is coming from the top of your head and flowing out through your hands where you're intending it to go. All from just saying Reiki on. You can will all things to happen. We could probably will a very different, beautiful world if we tried. But our minds a lot of times are filled with toxic, negative thoughts and fear and these conditioned beliefs that get passed down generation after generation. These beliefs are limitations to our will, to our intentions. And your intention isn't going to go through if your limitation belief is stronger. If you believe, like on a scale, on a Libra scale, if your fear is stronger and your belief is stronger than your belief and intention, then the intention isn't going to go through. More reasons of why to cleanse that negative energy, release those old beliefs, know that they're just these toxic things that were placed in front of you, and now you have to train yourself that they're not real, and that beliefs like God supports you, the universe loves you, that those beliefs are real. Something about intentions is that once you do release the fear that was blocking them, even if you made an intention 10 years ago, once that fear is blocked, that energy is still alive. That energy doesn't just get stopped and stomped out. It will then flow. And that's why a lot of times people who've had vision boards, and then so many years later the vision has manifested. Well, it took that long for their belief that they could eventually have that their will could become true. All that other time they believed that they couldn't have it. I want to go now into a intention setting session for fertility, for cleansing, for intending the healthy body of yourself and intending that baby come through, for making and setting up the energy around you and in you to be prepared for this blessing that's already yours in the future. And you're just getting closer to the future being now. Okay. Find yourself a comfortable seat and close your eyes. You can take these words in as new beliefs, or you can repeat them after me. Exhale and relax yourself deeper. And see a shower of white light raining down on you. It's so clean, it's so pure, it's so loving, it's so supportive and so fresh. And it's washing away negative energies in your field. in your mind, in your aura, in your awareness, in your consciousness, in your body. It's just flowing down. And as it falls down onto the floor or wherever, it makes a little current, and at the end of it is always a red bucket. This red bucket belongs to your guardian angel, and every time you cleanse energy, negative energy, the red bucket is always there to catch it all and remove it and take it out of your environment. Your angel flies it up all the way to the source and gives it back to God, and God immediately changes it to positive energy. Okay. I intend my body, mind, and life to be cleansed and pure now. I intend my body, mind, and life be in perfect harmony for my soul's baby's arrival and their life. I intend to be in harmony with the arrival of my baby. I intend that my baby arrives in such a harmonious state. His mama is in a harmonious state, and his world is in a harmonious state to receive him. I intend my children, myself, and my partner have a gorgeous, healthy, prosperous, loving life together. I intend that. I know and I pray and I receive that my baby's life and my life and their daddy's life are all loving and perfect and beautiful together. I intend patience and trust and relaxation for myself, for my mind, from right now until my child's arrival. I intend complete relaxation and patience and understanding and knowing for myself prior to their arrival. I intend God and the angels' hands relaxing me on every level, whispering reminders that my perfect baby is excited to start growing in me. I welcome my little honey to take up space in mommy's belly. I intend my belly, vagina, and all parts of me to be of perfect health for my ease and for the ease of my baby. I intend perfect health. I intend that my baby be born of perfect healthy energy, of perfect healthy mind, and perfect healthy body. I intend happiness before and during and after my baby's arrival. I intend happiness now. I intend happiness for me and my partner while I'm pregnant. And I intend a life full of happiness once I have my baby. And I'll find ways to savor life before I become a mommy. I'm grateful in every state of myself. Bring your hands to your heart and gently soothe, touch your skin. Deep breathing here. Soak in that energy. I'm going to go now into increasing your feminine energy. There's masculine energy and feminine energy. It's like the plus sign and the negative sign in magnetic physics. The masculine is a linear, logical, straight forward energy, and the feminine is a soft, natural, cyclical, rhythmic, creative energy. Your feminine chakras start with the second chakra, your sacral chakra. That's where your baby's going to spend most of its time, and to be honest, it's probably because it's the most pleasurable place. The sacral chakra is all about pleasure, all about the senses, pleasurable touches, things, fabrics that are soft, scents that are delicious, tastes that are delicious and pleasurable, sounds that make you feel good. And looking at things that are pleasurable can include physical, sexual pleasure. And if you're not familiar with a self-sexual practice, then I really suggest that you talk in your mind, of course. I mean, you can out loud too, but create a relationship with your vagina, with your clitoris, with your pussy. She has an awareness. This is where the divine feminine lives in you. The divine masculine, the God that we learn about in church, he's in other parts of our body. But the divine feminine, which they both come from the same place, right? They're both a whole. Together they're a whole. And historically, because of decisions of men in various times, the feminine was just shamed, so many years of people only felt comfortable while they were forced, actually, and now they only feel comfortable with using God in the masculine. And now some new age spiritual people, they feel uncomfortable using God in the masculine, but there's a different flavor in the divine feminine that for women is so welcoming, is so affirming. And I have no intentions of letting go of my healthy connection to the divine masculine God, because it's important to have a healthy divine masculine, to be supported, to be uplifted. for. But we really need to, as women, feel comfortable, and it sometimes takes some time, especially when you come from a masculine God religion, to let your brain understand because you just feel like it's blasphemous to think, but it's one God, it's one God. It's just looking at it through different angles, looking at the right side of God's face, and now we're looking at the left side of God's face. So if that takes some time, if it takes some time for your brain to stop feeding shame and fear, it's mostly shame, right, on that concept, that's fine. That's fine. But the feminine energies, especially the divine feminine energies, they're very empowering. They're a woman empowered in her own body. Divine feminine is the divine mother, the fierce bear who's going to kill the attacker for coming towards her kids, what she's protecting. And she's a creative dancer. She's so in touch with her body. And so that divine intelligence sits in multiple places. She sits in your third eye as well. But really embodied is when you have a connection with her through your, I'm sorry if this word offends you, but it's my word that I'm comfortable with. When she is in your pussy. That using that word is a statement fighting back against, I don't know, being a small, less than woman. You're not. Women are incredible. And your feminine energy is incredible. The feminine energy is also giving and receiving love. Hugs, maternal love, affection, compassion, grace. But let's go back into that sacral chakra. Her symbolism there is a warm, flowing orange oil, like honey or oil, like the wetness that can be created in you when you're relaxed and receiving. The energy of receiving is incredible here. You're receiving the senses when you're taking in all of the senses of pleasure. You really have to open up, surrender, lay back to receive that pleasure of the touch, of the smell. And you need to receive that gift from your partner. So some practices for increasing that feminine energy is in the evenings before bed, turn down all the lights except for one. Get a warm glow from a salt lamp, I recommend, or a warm light. stand up. And on your bed, or lay out a blanket on the floor, you're going to close down your eyes, and you're going to be alone for this. Close down your eyes and get on all fours. And then just move your spine and your hips. Bring your presence into your breath for this practice. It's just a slow flow, a slow yoga flow. Stretch in any position you want. Arch your back and curve your back. Cat, cow. Go from side to side. And then drop your knees down and stretch your arms out into a child's pose. It's just the soothing movements. Sensual, you're in your body. Get in your body, feel your body. This is embodiment and out of your mind. When you start thinking, bring it back to your breath. Or think about things that are pleasurable. And then before you're done, sit, come to sit and have your heels touching and butterfly. And then move your hips in a circle, Sukhasana circles. So it's just opening that hips. Let your body go wherever it wants to go. Another healing practice for opening up your sacral chakra is to be creative. So here's a creative potion for you, a healing potion. Choose an oil that you think that just lights you up, not one that others tell you you have to use. I like coconut oil. There's shea butter. There's avocado oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, all sorts of oils. Almond oil has a little bit of grit to it. Grapeseed oil. So you're going to choose your oil, and then you're going to choose some herbs. We're creating this potion. It's an infused oil. You can put in rose petals, milk thistle, chasteberry, ashwagandha, goji berry. Put in all these herbs that you feel inclined to. If you buy them online, choose some healing herbs. And on the stovetop, you'll boil water and put a glass inside a mason jar filled with the oil of your choice and all the herbs. And just let them roast inside the jar and heat up and infuse that oil with the herbs. Once you make this creation, you're going to rub it on your belly. You can rub it on your belly at night after your yoga practice, after your movement. Rub it on your breasts and say positive affirmations. Say your intentions. It's okay if you get sexually stimulated. And it's okay if you're alone doing this practice and you rub it on your lower lips. If you call your man in and ask him to, and give him boundaries. Tell him lovingly that you want to stay in this relaxed mood, and that he's just massaging it in. Give him the task of that he has to massage in order to help with your fertility, and see what happens from there. But keep using that oil on your skin with positive words to your body. Say loving words to your body when you rub it to your breast, to your chest, to your womb, your belly. Say healing intentions. I cleanse my heart. I cleanse my heart chakra. I cleanse my womb. I'm gonna leave you with those things for now.